We are in the divisional playoffs already. What's up? What's up? What's up? Man, it's been a fun ride from the first week of the wild card playoffs till now. This is Steph Saucy on Steph Saucy Talk Game Picks Playoff Edition. And, welcome back. It's crazy because I got to start off with the show by saying, how silly and stupid am I to be going for the Jacksonville Jaguars over the Buffalo Bills? And then not only that, for the Packers to blow a lead to the Chicago Bears in another fourth quarter comeback for them to win their playoff matchup. So you know what I ended up with? A 2-2 record when I should have been 4-0. But the odds are not in my favor. That's why I just call a game pick. But you know how we do, man. Each and every week we talk about something different, something new. And I got breaking news. In case you didn't follow this week, the New York Giants hired John Harbaugh as the new head coach of the franchise. Now, I said personally there might have been Kevin Stefanski in the mix. Obviously, John Harbaugh in the mix. But I think, like I said, it might be the right pick. But let's go big screen. Let's open up. Let's see the big news around the NFL currently right now. And, like always, this is a big weekend again. We got Denver and Buffalo playing, but I'm going to get to that in a second. But like I said, the big news is the Giants around the New York, New Jersey area. We finally signed a valid head coach who has 18-plus years experience as a head coach. Obviously, he didn't win a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson. How could that happen? I don't even know how that's even fathomable. But didn't win a ring with the Baltimore Ravens. Now he has the opportunity to do so with the young core in Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbull, and Malik Neighbors. The big three. Like how Drake, Kendrick, and supposedly Drizzy started a league. Yeah, you see how that turned out to be. But this right here is major. This is relevant right now to the sports world, especially as far as football is concerned. The Giants have three great players, I think, in the near future that can succeed very well, depending on how far John Harbaugh pushes these guys. Who's he going to bring in as the offensive coordinator? And, of course, the defensive coordinator, too, as the Giants, man. We couldn't stop a nosebleed this season, let alone give up lead after lead in the fourth quarter. So, now that that's out the way, let's get to the games, man. Let's go playoff bracket. We are in the divisional round, as I mentioned. Next week is the conference championship. And let's go with the Bills and Broncos. Now, forgive me, Bills Mafia, as I disappointed you being a native New Yorker. You would have thought I would have went for the Buffalo Bills last week against the Denver Broncos, but I didn't. And how stupid am I to do so? And thinking that the Jacksonville Jaguars, who were the winners of 8 straight in the regular season prior to that game, couldn't take care of business at home as Buffalo came back in the fourth quarter. Josh Allen put the team on his back, delivered a heroic throw on third down to Brandon Cooks for 30, 40 yards, will set them up in red zone territory. Little did you know that the Bills will milk the clock because they did have the ball with under 2 minutes left. So they milked the clock all the way to the point where they were able to score a touchdown. And Jacksonville got the ball back, couldn't do anything. Trevor Lawrence threw a pick. Game over, 27-24 as the Buffalo Bills. They did what they had to do. They took care of business. And I doubted them. I said this was the playoffs that Josh Allen has to show who he is and show who he's capable of being. And he did. 28 for 35, 273 passing yards, and 1 touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, 3 TDs, but 2 INTs, and the last one was very crucial. It sealed the game. So, look, man, Buffalo, going against Denver in the AFC Divisional. Denver is the number 1 seed now in the AFC. But Josh Allen proved me wrong. I think this is the get-back game. I believe that Denver, although they have a great team, they have the defense, they have the pressure, they have the corners, the receivers, the offensive line, which are all pros. Defense, I just mentioned that to you. But Josh Allen is going to be on a roll, I think, until people says otherwise. Because you know what he does? He does passing. He does rushing. He can damn near probably throw a block if you need him to. This guy is on a mission. I felt it after that win against Jacksonville, and I'm definitely feeling it even more in Mile High City. So let's go right now. I'll give it a bold prediction of Josh Allen throwing 3 touchdowns in this game for a final score of 21-20. That's what I like for this game. Currently it's 3-0, but I like 21-20 with Josh Allen driving the ball down the field in the fourth quarter. It's just like because it's going to be fire. So that's what that score is. Let's also get to the next game, the big game of the night, which is San Francisco and Seattle division matchup in the NFC West. You know it's going to be tough, right? And reports were this week that Sam Darnold is having an issue. He's having an issue that might not be able to be fixed in time for this game tonight, as he's dealing with I forgot the nature of the injury, but he is expected to play, as Adam Schefter mentioned. And you know, for quarterbacks out there that deal with the type of things, oblique, that's the injury. For a quarterback to deal with oblique, obviously it deals with torque, it deals with power, and obviously, as you know, a quarterback will say, to throw the spin on the ball. That could be cute. That could be key for this game, because if you don't have that, and somehow, some way, San Francisco, this defense shows up once again, which I thought they were going to lose to the Philadelphia Eagles last week, but they proved that they can win that game. So I'm not going against them again. As I said, Sam Darnold with that injury is going to make a big difference. I think Kyle Shanahan and his team, obviously they lost George Kittle last week, but this team is unfazed by anything, man. I'm telling you right now. If there's one team that can make it all the way to the Super Bowl, which they are the home team favorite because it's in Santa Clara. So watch out. Get your popcorn ready. This is going to be an NFC showdown between two titans, two heavyweights at that. Because on one end, both teams in the regular season only averaged 13 points apiece for the most part. So now you look at this playoff game, I don't see why it can't be any different or damn near similar to what we've seen during the regular season. They're both split 1-1. So now this is to get to the NFC Championship. Kyle Shanahan has been to the NFC Championships 3 times. He's been to the Super Bowl twice in the past 5 years. 3 times in the past 6 years. Going against Kansas City twice and losing to them both times. And then, obviously, they only been there twice. Forgive me, I didn't mean to say that incorrectly. They've been to the Super Bowl twice, but they've been to the NFC Championship at least 3 to 4 times in the past 5 years. Credit to those guys over there, man, for the system that they put in place. And look at the spread, 46.5. You're not going to even sniff that, I think, on this game. Let me get this score right now. I'm going to do a real bold prediction. I'll go 23-20 in favor of San Francisco. I like this game going down. I like this game going down to the wire. Brock Purdy, he showed us last week he can go against the best of the best on defense. Now, Seattle, you can't knock them. They have a great defensive team. But same thing as San Francisco, coached well by Robert Saleh. This is a numbers game. Sam Darnold and his turnover-prone issues that he's been having, 20 turnovers all season long. You're not going to get that out of Brock Purdy. Yes, he's done the same, similar, but when it comes to playoffs, Sam Darnold has yet to win a playoff game. He lost last year in the first round. Now he has a chance again to show everyone that he's back for vengeance. Will it happen? I don't think so. I think, once again, Seattle is going to be getting their hearts broken tonight as Sam Darnold goes 0-2 in the playoffs. And like I said, that oblique injury can be a really big factor. So I say 23-20. I like that score. All right. Let me go back again to the brackets as we're going to get to another big game tomorrow. And let me tell you something. This game is having some of the best weather ever. And you know what that is, right? Snow. That is going to be a tough matchup for Houston, man. Coming into this game, I had Houston winning last week against the Steelers 30-6. And to be honest with you, C.J. Stroud fumbled the ball over 3 times. I mean, that was a bad look for him. But his defense, high praises to them, man. You got to give those guys credit because they just are relentless on the back end and on the front end when you got those 2 beasts, Fire and Ice, Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter. They're going to be coming for you. You just know that. Will Anderson is an all-pro, first-team all-pro defensive end, and he shows why. But the snow, let me tell you something about snow. I have yet to play in snow, but I have driven in snow plenty of times. And the amount of speed, agility, and athleticism literally is not the same compared to a clear and dry day. So New England is home. It's going to be probably between 1 to 3 inches of snow profusely coming down. Drake May, let me give you this stat right here. Drake May is doing what I am seeing to what a great quarterback did in his second year of the league when he was in 2018. You know who that is? Patrick Mahomes. Remember the first year? Sat behind Alex Smith, only got 1 start towards the end of the season. Okay, next year had full control of the offense under Andy Reid. And what does he do? First team All-Pro. 50 touchdowns, 5,000 passing yards to 12 interceptions. You know the ratio, what that is? Okay, if that's not good enough for you, then this is a guy that won Offensive Player of the Year and was Pro Bowl nominated. Granted, he made it to the AFC Championship, lost to the great Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. But what I'm seeing out of Drake May is the same from Patrick Mahomes. Look at Drake May. 36 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Tremendous passing touchdown to interception ratio. Number 1 QBR. Has his team to 14 wins and potentially could be going to the AFC Championship game again for New England. That's the type of similarity I'm seeing under the second year pro out of Drake May compared to what Patrick Mahomes did when he was in his second year of the league. Pretty much similar because Drake May literally made these defenses look silly. I mean, throwing touchdowns, 20-plus yards. He's so accurate. He moves well. His mobility is great. And he's got weapons around him. Stephon Diggs, Kayshon Boutte, and the run game. Ramondre Stevenson and bro from Ohio State. I think Travion Henderson. So this is a game that I see New England winning because based on the weather conditions. And New England probably practiced during this weather during the week because they do that. They will be ready. They will be good to go. And that is the reason why I will be going for them in a very low-scoring game. We're talking about a score of possibly 16-10. That's what I like to see. New England winning again with a low score of 16-10 as Drake May is going to make his first AFC Championship game. Book me on that. I think it's going to happen. And trust me, you will see why I said what I said because look, man, this is the playoffs now. We know Houston's going to come in prepared, but I think C.J. Stroud doesn't have the upper hand advantage in this game as he will throw a few turnovers as he did in the first game against Pittsburgh. It's bound to happen again. So 16-10, I'm going with, man. There's no more defensive stats I can give you or offensive stats I can give you because it is going to be played in the snow. We know the run game is going to be very heavily used. And I'm telling you right now, New England run game with that two-headed monster and Stevenson and Henderson is going to be key because Houston, I don't think they can match up with them as far as run is concerned. Although they do have one of the best run defenses, but I think I just feel like New England just has the upper edge. I really do. Let's go with that score. So now as we're moving further down, this is the last game. Big game, big game. I can't express to you enough how big this is because if I had to bet on it, I go with the LA Rams. As I said in my previous video, the Rams are battle tested. Now, granted, I thought they was going to be matched up against Seattle. I said that would be the only problem for them to get to the Super Bowl with Seattle. But this time around, I think it's even sweeter because the price tag just went up and the numbers are just going to go up too. Because look at what they're going against. A Chicago team who was lifeless last week through the first 3 quarters and all of a sudden just came back in the fourth quarter. Will that happen again this time around? No, I don't think so. I think the Rams this time has to close out a game, and I think they have to start out with a great push for some points, because if you don't, then Chicago, history repeats itself. Come back from Caleb Williams, and I said this before, having this guy on your team with his abilities, passing, running, making plays when you don't expect, the arm angles, all that stuff is very key to the success of the Chicago Bears. And I feel like right now, Caleb Williams has 3 things going on. He has the hunger. The hunger comes from being doubted, transferring to USC, having a great year, then had a slump in the second year, making it to the league, had a bad first year under the bad head coach, and then second time around, has a guy that can cater to his skills to eventually get into this level that he is now. That's the hunger. Number 2, he has the humbleness of him, meaning that he knows he doesn't take this for granted. Everything that is happening, he's been well prepared for. And he has made it to this point thanks to his teammates and his head coach. And this Bears franchise hasn't seen a quarterback like this since God knows when. I can't even recall. But they got him. And 3, honored to play for this city. And I think this city loves him. They embrace him. The team, the faculty, everyone is on his back. He has what it takes to win. But unfortunately, I will say this. He has come across the LA Rams. And the LA Rams, led by Matthew Stafford, he has been in this type of situation. Going on the road against Tom Brady when he was on the Buccaneers, won that playoff game. Then to win in the NFC Championship game against San Francisco, getting to the Super Bowl, and then hosting the Super Bowl in your own stadium in LA. Obviously, they wouldn't be doing that this year, but this right here is the right time for them to do it, because now you are taking out the second best team in the NFC, which is the Chicago Bears, and there's no what telling could happen if the LA Rams go against the San Francisco 49ers to get to the Super Bowl. You can almost guarantee it, and I'm going for the Rams to beat them. So look, man, for a final score for this game, as I close it out, I would like to see 28-26. It's not going to come down to kicking. I think ultimately this is going to be a high-scoring game. Chicago, I think they won't have the same type of issues they have in the previous few matches. They probably will score some points early, but Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, those 3 guys that you have on your team, those guys are amazing, bro. They do everything you need for them. Possession receivers, get you big chunk yardage, able to finish through contact. It's all there for them, man. And I can't see why they could lose this game. So 28-26 is my final score for the LA Rams to get to the NFC Championship game. But that's it for me. As I'm gonna go ahead, watch the games. Let's see what you think. My picks are in. Now let's see where we can go from there. That's it for all. And continue to keep talking to me through my social media at Steph Saucy, Instagram, Steph Saucy Talk here on YouTube, and Steph Saucy on Fanbase. Get on top of that. I'm telling you, I'm on Fanbase. So until next time, it's been real. Peace.